This video is sponsored by Card Trader, a global marketplace where you can buy and sell TCG cards like the Pokemon trading card game. And you can also check out PTCGLstore.com, a great place for you to buy Pokemon TCG code cards. The links will be in the description below. Hey guys, in today's video, I'll be showcasing Clawitzer from the Mega Evolution base set. This one was a bit of a challenge, but I really wanted to make a standalone deck for it. So Clawitzer is actually very interesting. First off, it has a pretty strong attack for 3 water energies. Aqua Launcher deals 210 damage, after which you discard all energies from this Pokemon. The damage output is actually not half bad because you can pretty much 2-hit knock out even Mega Pokemon in the game, but at the cost of discarding all of its energy every time you attack. But it does have the ability fallback to reload. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from the active spot to your bench, you may use its ability, and you can attach up to 2 basic water energy cards from your hand to this Pokemon. So this ability can actually help re-energize its attack. It's all well and good, however Clawitzer has 2 retreat costs, so it's not going to be easy retreating our Pokemon back and forth from the active spot. But thankfully we did get the new Surfing Beach Stadium. Once during your turn, you may switch your active water Pokemon with one of your benched water Pokemon. So we can use this to switch Clawitzer from the active spot to the bench to activate its ability and re-energize its attack. But just keep in mind that this stadium only works if you swap 2 water type Pokemon. The mechanic to the Surfing Beach Stadium actually gave me an excuse to finally use MANTYKE, this awesome baby Pokemon, not for its attack but because it has 0 retreat cost. So now you should be able to retreat Clawitzer with Surfing Beach, switch it with MANTYKE, and you can just retreat MANTYKE back to Clawitzer. This is so useful because if I'm not mistaken, this is the only single price water Pokemon that does not have any retreat cost in the current format. As for the other cards worth noting, I do have a copy of Kyogre as an endgame attacker, more for its Riptide attack, since we are discarding a lot of energies with Clawitzer anyways, and this attack is multiplied by 20 damage for each basic water energy cards in your discard pile, after which you also recover those energies back to your deck. So this can have a decent damage output for just 1 energy. And then I also have Colress's Tenacity. This is great for searching out Surfing Beach and maybe a copy of Reversal Energy. And you can actually use Reversal Energy to fully power up your attack as long as you're behind on prizes. This can count as 3 water energies to our Clawitzer, allowing you to deal 210 damage for a single energy attachment. As for my spec card, I'll be using Max Rod. This allows you to recover up to 5 in any combination of Pokemon and or basic energy cards from your discard pile and put them into your hand. Since for the most part you want energies in your hand so that you can attach them to Clawitzer using its ability, this is a great way for getting your discarded energies back into your hand. But we do also have other cards in this deck to help search for or recover energy cards such as Earthen Vessel, Letter of Encouragement, Energy Recycler, Superior Energy Retrieval, Night Stretcher, and Super Rod. And finally, I also have a copy of Brave Bangle. If you just want to increase your attack, you can attach this to Clawitzer so that you can add 30 more damage against your opponent's active Pokemon EX. Although Clawitzer is nowhere near competitive, it does have a very strong attack damage output. But despite having its ability to re-energize its attack, it's very cumbersome to have energies in your hand every time you need them, because of course your opponent may also have other cards to disrupt your hand. This is definitely one of the tougher standalone builds I've ever attempted to make, but I think this is a pretty decent showcase along with MANTYKE. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with it, but what do you guys think of this build? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below, and now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Clawitzer. Before we get into the video, I have a small request. If you're liking the content I create, please leave a like to this video and please support this channel by subscribing if you haven't already. This is a small click for you, but for me, it means a lot. Thank you so much for all of your support. Alright, on to our first match. I had to mulligan once, but now I'll be starting with Clawitzer in the active spot, and I will be going first in this matchup, and we're going against Mega Absol EX. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Buddy Buddy Poffin. Can get another Clawitzer, but let me actually get MANTYKE and Cleffa instead. And then we're going to use Surfing Beach to get this Clawitzer out of the way, preserve it alive. That way we can evolve it next turn. Maybe we can start attacking. Of course, we need MANTYKE for our combo. Again, with Surfing Beach Stadium, it requires that you switch between 2 water type Pokemon. Hopefully my opponent doesn't get to attack on their first turn, going second. Mega Absol EX has 2 attacks. The first one is an instant knockout where it requires certain damage counters to their target, but its second attack is pretty annoying. For 3 energies, it deals 200 damage, and then they also get to discard 1 card from our hand. We're gonna set up Toxel. So they have a way to accelerate energy. They'll attach air balloon and they're just gonna pass. Alright, we got reversal energy. I think I'm just gonna use Lily's determination actually. We can still draw 8. We got another Clawitzer. I don't think we need Shaman in this matchup, but it's a good way to retreat to in case. And then I'm gonna use Earthen Vessel. That way we can grab more energies from our deck. And I'll just attach one to this Clawitzer. And my turn with Grasping Draw. So we can set up another Clawitzer next turn. Okay, my opponent evolves their Toxel into Toxtricity. But they cannot accelerate energy to their active. It has to be on the bench. Okay, they have Ultra Ball. And they have Patron EX. Okay. So they can actually get this Absol out of the active. They'll attach another energy. Oh, okay, they're just gonna retreat. Now they can use Sinister Surge. Toxtricity accelerates energy, but they receive 2 damage counters. And they're gonna use Subjugating Chain's ability to switch Absol back to the active, but it gets poisoned. And now they get to attack 200 damage, knocking out our Cleffa. And they get to discard 1 card from our hand, and they will discard Letter of Encouragement. Okay. Our hand is pretty horrible though. And we drew into another energy. No way for us to evolve into Clawitzer. No way for us to draw into more cards, which is pretty frustrating, but no, let's not do that. I'll retreat this Clawitzer to the one with no energy. Attach another energy, and we're just gonna pass. I'm hoping, hopefully, we can draw into something good next turn. Even a Clawitzer would help. So for now, my opponent is taking 1 prize at a time, but if we can take a knockout against this Absol, we can take 3. And that poison is actually helping. If we can deal 210 with enough poison, we can even knock it out. Ooh, they're gonna use Iono, okay. Oh, okay. That actually helps us out a little bit. We have Lily's Determination, but if my opponent attacks with Absol, they can just take it out again. Claw of Darkness, okay, they take another knockout. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna discard Lily's Determination. That's what I would do anyways, which is pretty annoying. Really annoying, actually. There it is, my opponent takes another prize. What are we gonna get here? Another energy, okay. I'm gonna use Super Rod. We have Buddy Poffin. I'll get these 2 set up on the bench, and you know what? I'm just going to draw more cards with Cleffa. Retreat this MANTYKE. Attach this. Grasping Draw. Okay, we got Clawitzer. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So, even if my opponent attacks with Claw of Darkness, they can discard Clawitzer, but we have Night Stretcher to recover it. So, either way, we will be able to attack next turn. Okay, they're going to discard Clawitzer. They knock out our Cleffa. My opponent has already taken 3 prizes, guys. But with that poison damage, we can actually take a knockout here. So I'm just going to Night Stretcher my Clawitzer back. We can evolve our active, attach that, and we're going to use Aqua Launcher. 210 damage, exactly what we need to knock out their Mega Absol EX. And we got 3 prizes. Look at that. And we get another Clawitzer to evolve into. So we have Superior Energy Retrieval. We can switch back and forth. Just keep re-energizing our attackers, and we're just going to deal 210 damage every single turn. But my opponent uses Unfair Stamp. That leaves us with 2 cards in our hand, but that's okay. We have Max Rod, we have Iono, so we are still live in this game, guys. They are going to set up another Mega Absol EX with added HP, now at 330. So it's going to be a lot harder for us to knock it out. However, at 2-hit knockout, we can take 3 more prizes. And I think that's why I haven't been, and I apologize, guys, if I haven't been posting. I just haven't been, I don't know. I haven't been inspired. The Mega Pokemon it's just such a high liability. If your opponent takes 2 knockouts against the Mega, or if you take 2 knockouts against the Mega, it's a game over, you know? I don't know if it makes the game a lot more fun, but such a huge liability. I just don't want to play Mega Pokemon. It's just my personal feelings on that, guys. But what do you guys think about Mega Evolution or Mega Pokemon being in this format? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's why I'm working with single price Pokemon instead. Alright, we're gonna attack with Yveltal, hoping to trap our Clawitzer in the active, but that's fine. We're gonna use Max Rod, recover more energies, and we have Surfing Beach, so they cannot really trap us. And here it is. We're gonna retreat MANTYKE. That activates our ability. Fall back to reload, and now we are loaded again. Huh? We are loaded with energies, guys. So I'm gonna use Iono. We got another Clawitzer. I'm gonna reserve my Clawitzer actually. Let me just go ahead and retreat back into Cleffa. That way we can have a better hand for our proceeding turns. So we have another Clawitzer. We can evolve. We have Counter Catcher. Okay, they're gonna use Sinister Surge. So with Toxtricity's ability, they can only accelerate to Dark type Pokemon. So thankfully they can't accelerate to Munkidori. But now their Mega Absol EX is fully energized once again, and they're gonna start attacking with Claw of Darkness. So they take another knockout. They will take away our Counter Catcher, and we're just gonna work our way with our attacks. So we have 3 Clawitzers on our board now. We'll attach another energy. I'm gonna use Nest Ball to get Kyogre. And we're just gonna attack with Aqua Launcher. So that discards all of our energies. That also prepares our Kyogre so that we can attack for a single energy. Hopefully it's gonna be enough to knock out their Mega Absol EX. So we get our 3 Prizer. Actually, no! If they attach an energy to Munkidori, they can transfer damage to our MANTYKE. They take a knockout against Clawitzer, they will win the game. But do they have an energy in their hand is the question. They already win this if they have an energy, a dark energy in their hand. So they have 4 in the discard pile. Oh, they're just gonna attack. That's it. We win the game. Hey, I'll take it. If they only had dark energy, they would have won that. They could have transferred the damage from Mega Absol to our MANTYKE. They take 1 prize and then another knockout, and then they would have taken the last 2 prizes. But you know what? They didn't have it. We have the attack for Aqua Launcher, dealing the knockout blow against their Mega Absol EX, and then we will get the last 3 prizes to win the game. Alright, I'll take it. Good game. Alright, on to our next match. I'll be starting this one with Kyogre in the active. And once again, I will be going first in this matchup, and my opponent's going to start with Rellor. They also have Mew EX. I'm just going to attach Water Energy to Kyogre and my turn. Our opening hand isn't all that great. We only have Ultra Ball to work with, but hopefully my opponent doesn't get to knock out my Kyogre on their first turn, going second. But let's see what we're going up against here. They're going to set up Pidgey with Nest Ball. Okay. And they're going to use Buddy Buddy Poffin. And they will set up 2 Charmanders. Okay, we're going against Charizard EX. Alright, we drew into Buddy Buddy Poffin, which is great. Let me get MANTYKE and Cleffa. And then we can retreat this Kyogre. That's why I like Surfing Beach. Even though Kyogre has a lot of retreat cost, we can just easily retreat it. And with this Ultra Ball, I'll just discard these 2. At least we can set up 1 lineup of Clawitzer. So I'll just get Launcher for now. Attach Reversal Energy. And then we're going to retreat our MANTYKE to Cleffa. That way we can draw into more cards with Grasping Draw. So we have a bunch of energies. We also have Clawitzer, which is good. So we can even start attacking next turn. Okay, my opponent evolves their Relor to Rapska, which I don't think affects us that much. We don't have any bench snipers anyways. And they will evolve their Pidgey to Pidgeotto. And they're gonna end their turn. Okay, nice. I'm gonna go ahead and use Buddy Buddy Poffin. Check what we have in the deck. Set up 2 Clawitzers on our bench. And then let me actually retreat to one of my Claunchers for now. And then we're gonna set up our Kyogre for an attack next turn. Because knocking out Charizard EX only gets us 2 prizes. We'll eventually have to attack their other Pokemon. Rapska is a good target. It gets us 1 prize. Even their new EX is a good target for a Clawitzer actually. Because we're dealing 210. It's an easy 2 prizes for us to take. Okay, they have Ultra Ball. Most likely they can evolve into Charizard EX this turn already. But they will get Charmeleon. Okay, they drew 2 more cards with Restart ability from EX. And they're gonna end their turn. Okay, that's fine with me. That way we can take an early prize. Get ahead in the prize trade. For now, I'm just gonna evolve my active to Clawitzer. Replace their stadium with Surfing Beach. Retreat to Kyogre, but we are not gonna use our ability because we are gonna power up our Kyogre and we're gonna attack with Swirling Waves. So we get our first prize. We got an Ultra Ball. Okay. And they're going to pivot into their Charmeleon. There's the Charizard EX. By evolving from their hand, that activates the Infernal Rain ability, allowing them to search their deck for up to 3 basic fire energies, attach them to their Pokemon in any way they like. So now their active is fully energized. They're also energizing their Mew EX. And Pidgeot EX, of course, can use the Quick Search ability, allowing them to just get any 1 card from the deck. So they have full control if you think about it. Okay, they're going to attack for 210, knocking out our Kyogre. They get their first prize. Let's see what we could do. We need energies in our hand, which we don't have. And reversal energy is not in effect since we have even prize. Let's see here. Probably just gonna have to use Cleffa to... Nope, we don't have energies in our hands, so that's not gonna be effective. Let me just get Kyogre again. Retreat into Cleffa. And I'm just gonna discard a bunch of cards from my hand. That way we can draw into more cards. Evolve into another Clawitzer and Grasping Draw. So we have Ladder of Encouragement, Max Rod. So we can just chip away at this Charizard EX at least. So we have a bunch of attackers ready to go. So that should be good. If they knock out our Cleffa, we have the Clawitzer with reversal energy, but if anything, we also have a backup attacker. So they have boss's orders. They're gonna target Kyogre as if it's as if it's our main attacker, but it's really not. That's fine. That's fine. They knocked out our Kyogre. Now we can re-energize our Clawitzer. Ooh, okay. We even got our Earthen Vessel. So we're going to use Letter of Encouragement. One of our Pokemon was knocked out, so we can get more energies from our deck. And by retreating, that activates Fall Back to reload, so we can reload this guy. I'll attach 1 energy to my other Launcher. And then we're just going to Aqua Launcher. 210 damage against this Charizard EX. So we're just going to slowly chip away at this Charizard EX. Once we knock it out, we'll get 2 prizes. And then Mew EX is an easy target as well. But we need more 5 prizes to actually win this match. But yeah, Clawitzer, if you can keep a constant setup for it, energies in your hand at all times, you should be fine. But all in all, it's a pretty tough combo to pull off. So my opponent used a Yono. That still gives us access to energies though with superior energy retrieval. But retreating and reloading our attack is going to be very difficult without Surfing Beach. Oh, okay, they're going to retreat their Charizard EX to Mew EX. And they're going to use Genome Hacking, copying our attack, dealing 210 damage. And that's okay. Anyways, we have a backup attacker. We can either get more energies from our deck. We even got Clawitzer from our draw there, which is pretty awesome. And then, just in case we need it as like to absorb an attack, we're just going to set up our Shaman. And I'm just going to use Earthen Vessel to get 2 energies from our deck. Attach this. And we're just going to Aqua Launcher. Deal 210 damage to knock out their Mew EX. That's going to get us 2 prizes. Okay, so we got Color's Tenacity, Lily's Determination. So we can get our Surfing Beach with Color's Tenacity. Reversal Energy if we need to. And, ooh, okay, they're going to go for another Iono. That puts us down to 3. There's the Reversal Energy. So we're still in this game, guys. Pidgeot EX deals 120, so Clawitzer should be able to survive an attack here. And we can also chip away at this Pidgeot EX. Okay, they're gonna put Mew EX into play again. They'll attack for 120. And they discard the stadium. Okay. Alright, we got Earthen Vessel. We have Air Balloon. I can actually retreat to Cleffa. We have no energies for now. And that's okay. We'll get these 2 energies. Attach this. And I'm just gonna Grasping Draw. Yeah, I think that's a good move. We have Boss's Order, so we can target either their Mew EX or their Charizard EX. They're gonna boss our Clawitzer. That's fine. They only get 1 prize for that, so we're okay. I tried to avoid as much as possible putting any liabilities in this deck. I mean, Pheasant EX could be a good draw, but you know, it's 2 prize liability. So with your opponent only taking 1 prize every knockout, it does extend the game and gives to the survivability of your overall build, right? So that's why I'm going with. That's why we have very minimal, if not including any 2 or 3 price liabilities in this deck. So I'm going to use Max Rod for now, recover all of these. Or actually, do we need energy? Yeah, we need energies. So we have 3 energies. We have Kyogre, another Launcher, and then gonna have to use Clawitzer here with reversal energy. I have no choice. We'll target their Charizard EX, deal 210. We'll get 2 prizes for that. So we have 1 more prize to go. I think we should be okay moving forward. You can even use Kyogre. It deals an extra damage, but I don't think we'll have enough energies to actually deal a 1-hit knockout against Pidgeot EX. But even with that attack, they shouldn't be able to knock out Clawitzer. And I don't think they have another copy of Charizard EX, I'm assuming. Okay, Buddy Poffin. Pidgey. And another Charmander. Again, we need 1 more prize. If we can retreat this Clawitzer, that would be nice. Maybe deal chip damage on Pidgeot EX. Finish it off with Clawitzer. Yeah, I don't know how else they can do. Oh, they're gonna pass. They didn't even attack. Okay. Not sure why, but okay. So I'm gonna use Color's Tenacity, get Surfing Beach. We can evolve into another Clawitzer. We can retreat our active to our MANTYKE. Man, I really like MANTYKE. I'm so happy I'm finally able to use it. So we're just gonna re-energize with fall back to reload ability, and we're gonna use Aqua Launcher, dealing 210 damage to their Pidgeot EX. I'm alright with that. And maybe we can even use Kyogre to finish it off, if anything. But as long as our Surfing Beach sticks, we should be okay. We can retreat our Clawitzer, and we can just keep using Clawitzer, basically. But with no energies, we're relying on this single energy to Kyogre to finish off Pidgeot EX. I think my opponent has just given up, to be honest with you. They don't even attack, so I think we're just gonna finish it off with Kyogre. At least I get to showcase it, right? So we're just gonna use Riptide, deal 210 damage to knock out their Pidgeot EX, and we will get our last prize to win the game. Alright, I will take it. Good game. And that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and until next time, please stay safe and have a great day.